change that default audio. There we go. Alright, good evening. This is Jupiter Exile, and we're going to try to finish Elden Ring. Or rather, we're continuing to try to finish Elden Ring. Yeah. I think my strategies against the Elden Beast are still shaky, but Radagon we seem to be able to kill with a decent reliability. Just pull up the stream so I can monitor my own deaths. As soon as... There we go. Had to get Windows to cooperate. Yeah, okay. Let's get to it. You know, come to think of it, I could be running out to get Power of Flame, and that would probably be helpful for this, as I'm not even using a buff that occupies that kind of slot, so to speak. And about 2 casts of Power of Flame during this fight might be really helpful. I'll do a couple attempts, then I'll look back into that. I forgot where that thing drops. I totally skipped over it this run. Let's just remember how we do this. Okay. I remembered some of the things to do there. I remember that it's RKR, leaping R2, R1, dodge around a bunch, get him into a stagger, and then do a bunch of stuff after the stagger to kill him. And then Elden Beast is kind of a crapshoot, because I still don't have a plan for dodging Elden Stars. Whoops. I guess I pushed his health too low. Hey, Sully. Ah, bummer. Well, anything you've missed is always on YouTube. I've been getting things uploaded pretty regularly. I think I'm only 1 or 2 uploads behind on my Elden Ring runs. I wonder if I need to have a certain item equipped to use Flame Within. I'm not sure if it's a 12 or a 15 rec. If it's a... that would probably put it outside the realm of useful if it's too much. We're on script. There's Radagon. Part 2. He swam away a little faster than I wanted to. that's Elden Rain. We're doing Elden Ring around the Rosie. No, it's Elden Jump Rope. That's Explosion. That's Elden Stars, I think. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Elden Stars got me. I wonder if I was short of a stun there and I maybe could have gotten him. I think my punish on the first stun I got was a bit too suboptimal as well. So I'm going to look up something about... I'm going to look up the details on Power of Flame, I think it's called. Flame Grant Me Strength, that's the name of the spell. Requires 15 faith, so I'd have to swap out a talisman for it. But for 20% physical damage, that might be worthwhile. It's behind Fort Gale. Well, let's run out and get that, and we'll try it out and see what that brings us to. I think Fort Gale's over here. It says it's behind Fort Gale. I know that I don't have it right now. I'm not sure why I didn't go pick it up, because I swear I've had this thought before about not having it. So Fort Gale is to the south. We have angered the archer guy. It's not our favorite. Okay, so if it's behind Fort Gale, then can I go? Nope, that's not going to work. I think this is one where I actually need to go inside the fort and then around, but let me check around some more. Well, that might explain why I haven't gotten it before. It's between those two guys. But we got it now. All right. So, let's see. Doesn't matter if I'm at the America Stake or wherever else. I'm just gonna teleport out. So let's think. Because I could also be trying to use the rallying banner thingamajig. So first of all, I think the best option is probably, I don't know if the best option is Dragon Communion or Clawmark. I think it's probably the Clawmark seal because of the B scaling on strength. I've only got this at a plus 19. I could upgrade it some more. And we'll change out the spell memorization. Flame Grant Me Strength, raises physical and fire affinity attack power. Can't use it with present attributes, that's fine. As a note, this guy is giving me like 51 attack power right now, so there's no way we can remove it. That one is giving me 42 attack power, really hard to remove. This guy is also giving me 50 attack power, and this one's giving me even more. Okay, so our contributions from items are pretty flippin' high. The head is only giving us about 9, so that's that's a lot less important. If we put on the banner, our contribution from certain items will change because we're adding more weight. So if I put this on, my AR on the main hand goes down to 517, which means, yeah, that's becoming trivial if I'm using the banner. So if I use the Two Fingers Heirloom so that I can cast the buff spell, then I can cast, theoretically, the 2 buffs using a whole lot of FP, but whatever. I can. There are a couple of times where I have the chance to use FP to rebuff. I just wanted to swap these around. Whatever, it's fine. So, let me get the Clawmark Seal fully upgraded. Ah. Because a 20% buff is about twice as valuable as a plus 50. And Flame Grant Me Strength is a 20%. Actually, is Flame Grant Me Strength an aura? It stacks multiplicatively with Golden Vow. But how does it stack with the the other thing? Incantation. It lasts 30 seconds. Let's go to the buffs and debuff section. Stacking buffs. All buffs from non-temporary sources can stack. Only one temporary buff from weapon, shield, body, aura. I think that I'm looking at 2 aura buffs right now. Warcry counts as a weapon buff. Weapons, shields. Body buffs include Exalted Flesh, Blood Boil Aromatic. Flame Grant Me Strength is a body buff, so it will stack. I see why nobody else is using Flame Grant Me Strength. It's because everybody else is just farming for Exalted Flesh. Which brings up the alternative. I could farm up Exalted Flesh and make it easier on myself, theoretically. Actually, wait. I don't need to raise incant potency for this. I just need to be able to cast it. It doesn't... so I don't need to upgrade the Clawmark Seal at all. This is a waste of time. So, let's get back out of here. Alright, so... Wait, did I just favorite a Site of Grace? Can you do that? Oh, you can mark Sites of Grace. Okay, that's kind of cool. Did it accidentally, but hey, that's kind of neat. Okay, so theoretically, I want to buff on the way in. It doesn't matter quite what order I do that in. I'm going to move over a little bit more from the Physic. And the thought is basically, whenever the Elden Beast moves away, I can rebuff. And I can probably rebuff while Radagon is going down. I don't need to change the Wondrous Physic at all. Although I could change it if I wanted to have the Strength Knot and Faith Knot, which would prevent me from having to juggle around so much. There we go. Okay. So... our full buff retinue is now Flame Grant Me Strength. Switch over, 2 hands on it. Buff. Drink. Swap out, 2 hands on it. Drink. Into fight. So what is that going to do for our opening salvo? Whoops. We did about 500 more damage on the first attack, which is crazy, but also might make the fight more difficult, because it's going to make our routing a little strange. So I might want to hold off on a lot of these buffs until I'm up against the Elden Beast. Let's see. I'm going to hold off on the aura buff initially. I thought that was too early. I dodged too early. It's like one of those where it can't quite buffer. Oh, Sully, if you're still on. I created a while ago, but I haven't really used a Discord. I think if you scroll down a little bit, there should be a widget that's kind of showing it off that should have an invite link. I don't know. I might not have figured it out correctly. I was fussing with it for like an afternoon. But the Discord gets a notification every time I go live. Yeah, I don't know if it properly has the link displayed there. I tried to put an invitation link in the Twitch profile. Oh, he didn't fall down. This'll fall him. This'll knock him down. Done deal. Okay, so we don't have the time for, like, a full retinue of stuff. Didn't quite have the time for all 3 of those buffs. I misread him. I thought he was diving under and not going for the sword. So if I don't have the time for all 3 of those buffs, do I want to drop one in particular? I have time to eat a food. I don't have time to swap off and do the incantation thing. So let's drop that and change this back to the Blue Dancer Charm, because it's still worth about 11 attack. This is really telling me that I should run out and go farm the giants that drop Arteria leaves for a bit. Let me find out where they are, because I think I really need that to get through the Elden Beast. I just need more damage. Oh, you know, the isolated merchant in the Weeping Peninsula sells 5 of them. Let me see if I've bought out his stock. It's down over there. Let me go check. Be that guy right there. I don't think I have enough souls right now to really bargain. Quick trip. Because I don't think he sells them cheap. Ah. Oh, so it won't treat it like a regular Discord invite? Peculiar. I'm gonna have to figure out this Discord stuff later and get it more properly posted. I think I have like a small link in the Twitch profile, but the Twitch profile literally just gives you like a little button with your links if you don't build it out to something bigger. I actually think two features, the navigation within Twitch to like edit your profile and improve your visibility is pretty bad. And also, on top of the navigation to edit it being pretty bad, I think the presentation is not great when you're like looking at it on Twitch. It's very phone optimized. You only get kind of that center column to make adjustments to with these little panels. And the tools to make good panels are not inherently available in Twitch. The people who have good-looking panels have built them using external tools. Okay, so I had some Arteria leaves here to buy. Cool. Because the other spot for me to acquire those is way out there. I'm gonna need to farm more of them, though. And unfortunately, it seems like the other place they drop is from giants up here in the Mountain of Giants. So let me see how good a job I can do on trying to farm giants for these obnoxious items. I think I can still use this in two hands. Yeah, we can use this in two hands. Got it with Barbaric Roar right now. That's okay. Sort of. So, what's the type of... There's a specific type of giant that drops these. It is the Fuzzy Troll. Okay. Giant's Grave Post is what I want to be using. Here we go. This is the grace that has a closest farmable enemy for this item drop. Yeah, I think I want to be trying to kill that guy over there, basically. And... okay, I've got Silver Pickled Fowl Feet. Let's take a bite. Wow, immediately. Yeah, farming this is probably more obnoxious than just going after the boss. And that means I'm stuck with, you know, like 3 exalted meat. Because I just don't care about grinding through material farming compared to grinding attempts on the boss. Stick to it. All right. Back to it then. Nothing crazy. So I think I have time to use the Commander Standard after I've downed Radagon. So that's going to be my focus. I could probably also use it on the way in, but whatever. Looking like a bog standard Radagon attempt. No problem. Ding. It is like just enough time to do that. Two hands on that. One, two, buff, three. Oh, whoops, ran out. Critical, please. I missed the critical opportunity. What a chump. Elven Rain. Elden jump rope. Yeah, this is the final boss. He was not in the mood to stun, so I'll get killed. Yeah, so the current thinking is I need to stun him out of using that Elden Rings attack. Or kill him before he can use that. And he's very, very insistent about using it. But my thought is if I can just damage him hard enough, he's not going to get that chance. So, based on the way the first set of interactions is happening, I'm doing jump attack, charge attack. And then if I get 2 charge attacks or jump attacks after that, it'll prompt the stun. And then during the stun window, I'm taking him down to about 50%. And that's with some pretty suboptimal setups. So, I might need to work a drink into the middle of that. Honestly, I think I can't afford to throw around the commander standard because it uses too much FP. And I get more attack power out of the Blue Dancer's Charm without using it, so the gain it's there, but it's not crazy. It would be much more relevant for me to go out and get Exalted Flesh to try and use that. It's not what we want to see. Let's see if we can recover. That ought to work. Got him. Nope, didn't get the critical. Too greedy. Okay. Bit too greedy there as well. It's gonna be a theme. We're gonna be testing for some real big greed. Okay, we've got Elden Ring around the rosy. The problem is he's very likely to go for Elden Stars once he comes up from this. There it is. Okay. So I think the option where we drink during the stun is not going to pan out correctly. Got 5 uses of that. I'm going to try this out. It's only 10% more damage, which is good, but it's not a deal breaker the way I kind of need it to be. That's not ideal for 2 reasons. I didn't want that to be the attack that stunned him, and I wanted to get an extra hit off. My character just absolutely snapping onto his face, but that's okay. We're good. Let's go. Swims away, Elden Ring. Radagon is quick. I wouldn't call him easy. Oh, right. He's doing the ring thing. Ah, he got me. So, Radagon's attack... Oh, there's his grab. He finally throwed us his grab. Radagon is very stunnable when you're using the correct weaponry, and if you know how to get through his attacks and what attacks to use, you can very easily break his stance and get lots of damage. So it's specifically because we're using a very high damage strat that we can kind of clown on him. Oh, he's easier than Margit by far. For me. Radagon's attacks are built to make it harder to use summons against him, because he's got a lot of very devastating AoE attacks. And that's like his whole thing. But Radagon is just phase 1 of this fight, so... Dang it. I'm a little less familiar with that sequence if he doesn't go for the grab. Yeah, the trick here is definitely figuring out how to survive Elden Beast. More so than Radagon. That dodge was pretty early, but we got away with it. Yeah, the thing about Radagon is I know exactly what he's going to do, which makes him a lot easier to fight. Elden Beast we're still working on the routing for. Okay, I went a little too greedy and missed my knockdown, which is maybe for the best. Like, I don't even know about that. Okay, he's gonna do this thing. Pretty comfortable with that. Oh, I didn't know he could do Elden Rain after moving through you like that. Ah! I wasn't watching him closely enough. I'm not sure if I should be routing for 1 knockdown or 2 knockdowns when it comes to fighting the Elden Beast. If I'm routing for 1 knockdown, I need to damage him weirdly slowly until he starts up the noteworthy attack. I could theoretically also try Stone Barb, but I'm really reliant on the damage from Spike Crack Tier right now. I don't know if that's viable to change that. Okay, we're a little off pattern, but I think it's okay because we've got really good damage going. Oh, missed a dodge. Can't miss a dodge. You can go off pattern a little bit, but you can't miss those dodges. Because if I'd gotten that dodge, that was good for another charge attack, and then that would put him into triple slams, and he would die before he got the 3rd slam off, I think. Yeah, Radagon is fairly simple because he's routed in to basically always use Golden Stomp and always use triple slams. And as long as you know how to deal with those 2 attacks, you have very logical, workable checkpoints within the fight. Okay, we've only got 3 exalted meat attempts left. Elden Ring Around the Rosie. Oh, Elden Jump Rope. Whichever one. Oh, that was a really slow follow-up. I thought that follow-up was coming a lot faster. That's a shame. I might have been able to just run in on him there instead of taking the roll with how slow that was. I'm gonna. That basic R1 punish I did earlier was not good. I think this kills him. Whew. As long as I do it right. I almost always time his knockdown with an RKR, so not using the RKR almost screwed me. Thankfully, he was just one regular away. Okay, so the swing is the dive is kind of like a rearing back motion. That's the ring. I don't think it's possible to get close enough to slap him while he's on the way up for that. Just kind of wondering. Oh no. That is the attack. Bleh. Yeah, it seems as though if I get him under a certain threshold, he's just gonna stand up and use Elden Stars immediately. He's very attached to using Elden Stars. It's his signature thing, and I do not know how to survive it. I'm gonna get some coffee, I think. So, I'm wondering if I can survive it with Barricade Shield, or if I just need to time out the stun more correctly. Let's see. So in order for a shield to block with Barricade Shield successfully, it would need to have a holy block rating that is like 60, I think. About 60 or so could probably do it. So what is the best holy rating I have on a shield? The Great Turtle Shell has a 46 on holy block at plus 18. And I think that's before infusion. I'm actually not sure if I can infuse the whole... I'm not sure if I can infuse the Turtle Shell Shield, because I think it's considered to have a unique Ash of War. Oh no, you can change it. So I could do this on Sacred, taking it to 56 block. So let's give that a test. So when he starts to use that, we're just going to pivot and use Barricade Shield. We lost 20 attack power for bringing out a shield, but we got some stamina recovery, so that's not the worst. Is the shield block rate, the guard boost on this is going to increase to like 70. I'm just hoping it's going to be enough to survive. It might not be enough to survive unarmored, and that's going to be a no-go because we can't really afford to lose enough damage to go fully unarmored. Like, a fully armored setup has a very different damage profile, and we'd have to change our routing on this guy. I'm going to take just a leap so I can start recharging stamina faster. There's Radagon. Okay, so when I see Elden Stars come out, we need to switch the shield out. And I need to make sure my FP is high enough to use Barricade Shield at that time as well. Okay. Yep, Elven Jump Rope. Nope. I got armor broken by it and died. Also, half the projectiles were hitting me in the back. I had to deal with another thing that was happening at the same time. So the barricade shield idea probably doesn't work unless I can continue to look at the projectile instead of looking at the boss. That's pretty lame. Okay, so let's see. So my other thought on this is just that I have to slow down my damage on him by a lot, and then try to time the stun for when he's using that particular attack. So from what I can see, he uses that attack when he's about below the 40% health threshold. Okay. Okay. I have no idea what his stun profile looks like at any given time, because he moves away so often and he delays for such a huge amount of time. I'm gonna have to ask some people online for advice on how to deal with this. Actually, I mean, so... No, let's do the other thing. There's something that everybody online does that we know works. Let's go get the Bloodhound Step. Oh, come on. Right. This is a this is dropped by a Knight's Cavalry that I need to go kill. In front of Len's Tower? What is that? Okay, so it's over there. Oh, he's got a halberd. That sounds annoying. Man, it'd be so great if I could just get him to run off this bridge. Don't mind me. What the... What was that slide check? That was barely a movement. I'll probably have to use armor for this if he's got moves like that. Because, what's it called? Loretta doesn't have that move. And I treat a lot of these guys the way I fought Loretta. I'm just gonna wear knight armor. It's a classic. Should be about enough. Oh yeah, gotta wait till nighttime again. Yeah, he did it again. Okay, he's got a jousting style attack then. Okay, that shoulder check is really dumb. It's barely an animation. Like, getting killed by the joust, that's my fault. I was being impatient and just going for a cheeky heal. Oh, let's also remember to properly buff. Whoops. Oh, right. Wait until nightfall every single time. Da 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 da. I couldn't tell what the timing of that swing was going to be. Oh, okay. Dang. And I rolled too much. Hmm. Come on, come at me. Lag. Just the moment before death. I wish he was the flail type. I pretty much figured out how to fight those guys. For some reason, they don't have this shoulder check move that he happens to have. I wonder if Knights Cavalry are vulnerable to Holy or anything like that. Oh, that's a super weird attack. His horse bit me. It sneezed on me. That being said, I think probably decent odds that actually they might be weak to Holy. Am I carrying some other kind of pot right now? Yeah. Let's give it a shot. I'm thinking they're probably not as weak as the Deathbirds to this effect, but it might be pretty useful if they are indeed weak to this. I mean, if there's an enemy that's gonna be, I think the Knight Cavalry is a good candidate. Whoops. Oh, dang it, it took the input wrong. And now I've used the item I had one of. That's okay. That's gonna kill me. He mostly just wants to reposition to do the same, like, to do the same, like, sweep that happens to be lethal. I just need to get to the point where I'm filling up the stun meter on this. And he will take a bunch of damage. I'm just having a lot of difficulty fitting in healing and RKRs because of his reach. But I figured out a timing for charge attacks, so that's pretty good. Okay, the shoulder check is still super lame, and it's absolutely ruining my ability to punish his most committal moves. He's not always going to do the shoulder check, so it's not like I can plan on punishing the shoulder check. It's not even it's not obligatory, and it doesn't force him to it doesn't force him into a long cooldown or anything. So I think I can try to outrange it, maybe? Because if I'm hitting him in the butt, it doesn't seem like it's gonna connect. Yeah, because he's only going to go for the shoulder check if I'm in the spot to get hit by it. Like there, he didn't go for it. I thought he might. That's a good hit. Nope. No shoulder check there. You could be a little less clever. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to be committal and just deal with the fact that sometimes the shoulder check is gonna mess up my day, because anytime I plan around it, he just doesn't do it. Because he needs to be baited into it by standing in its range. Or jumping in on him. Which might be an input read, which friggin' sucks. Like, giving the boss an input read that will counter your attack is really, really annoying. Like a horseback dude. It's not even like a proper duel type fight. It's theoretically a horseback fight. I just don't want to do it horseback because I do more damage with Royal Knight's Resolve. I figured out a tech. If I stand on the wall, his attack patterns start to suck. is he has less ability to move away from me after attacking. Oh, you have a follow-up for that, don't you? That'll kill his horse. You could just fall off the map. That would make me super happy. Oh, come on. All right, forget it. I don't need to be able to put it on a different weapon. I'll just use the friggin' thing off of a one-handed claw. It's like, just use the Bloodhound claws. But I just wanted to be able to put the move on a dagger, but forget about it. Let's see, where's my Blue Dancer charm? There we go. I've been at this too long to be worrying about fighting random Night Cavalry. That does not have to be there. Stamina ran out. Okay, that was 2 mistimed dodges. It's no good. Yeah, because it was too early on the darts, and then I don't know what went wrong with the thrust. He, like, caught a roll with the thrust, which is very peculiar. That attack is usually too fast to catch rolls. So I must have rolled way too early. I think it's because my roll timing was based on some follow-up that was not the darts. Okay, should be a textbook Radagon. I dodged too early. There's like a mental 1-2 count when he's about to drop. It's very difficult to tell anything from animation because he's way up above you. So it's just raw timing drilled into the head. Done. As I was saying, textbook Radagon. I think one of the peculiar difficulties of Radagon is no matter what build you're running, you probably have to figure out for yourself what the route looks like. Because there's a lot of different subtle variations on how that fight's going to go based on your exact damage and stagger profile. Couldn't quite get that. All right. I know there's a timing to get him on the dive. Yep. Elden jump rope. Elden stars. Into Elden Rain. Awesome. He was in no mood. I love that Elden Star stays out long enough for him to do 2 sequences of other moves. Isn't that great? Man. 1 boss attack. What is with that on Elden Ring bosses? You've got Waterfowl Dance and Melania, and then Elden Stars and the Elden Beast. They just decided both of these bosses needed to have 1 undodgeable attack in the mix. Ugh. Placidusix is kind of like that too, because dodging through his laser beam is a nightmare. That miss might cost me. Well, it won't have to. I need to go for a jump attack since I was too far away. So that last run on the Elden Beast, I got him to like exactly the wrong amount of health for him to want to do that sequence of attacks. This is a big bummer. I also need to be watching him while I'm dealing with Elden Stars. And Elden Stars made a beeline for me. So that is not ideal either. Because theoretically, he could like move away and be doing some other behavior. I'm not sure if he's able to do Elden Stars and triple jump rope at the same time. Oh, dang it. I was off route. As he did the Golden Stomp earlier than I want to see. And I missed an R1 off of that too. It could have played out if it could have played out fine if I had dodged that last sequence correctly. I could get back en route. I would have to dodge his third slam the hard way. Breaks my heart that he's not vulnerable to slashing. Because I would so love to end the game with an axe. Given that axes are so bad in Elden Ring. That's not gonna reach, dang it. Right, that sequence is stomp, stab, more stuff. No, it's, yeah. The sequence where he comes out of darts with something else is, where he darts into stab, has 2 more attacks on it. I dodged the follow-up too soon. It's getting too preemptive about it. I've seen some setups on Elden Beast that actually just hit him with Flame of the Redmanes 4 times to prompt the stun at the right time. They just hit him with it like twice to prime him, and then wait for him to do the attack. Excellent keeping to the script. Thank you for cooperating, Radagon. You've been wonderful. Moving on. This is the time where I would use buff items. If I had one! Sorry if that's a jolt for folks who are watching just for the cozy factor. Oh, that's an Elden Rain. It's a bit of a rare behavior. I've seen him do that before when I'm in this opening sequence, just not often. Oh, that's just the close to him version. I don't know what he's doing right now. Oh yeah, that's the swim. I need to respond better to him swimming. Part of me wonders if I can run through that ring. Oh, that's the breath. Wow, that's his breath is that short? What's he doing? Okay, I've only seen that one other time. So the timing on it's going to be tough. Because everything in this game is a delayed attack that you have to psychically know when it's going to come out. Every last thing. Let me go back. Let me at least put the pickled turtleneck back on the bar. It'll make me feel better, even though it doesn't really do anything. He got me with the darts again. Is that because my dodge ended me too far away from him? I don't know, man. Sometimes he just decides to use darts, and it's really obnoxious. You know, I think maybe what I need to do on Elden Beast is not think too hard about it and just pray. Or maybe Radagon will just decide to darts me to death, 4 attempts in a row. I basically have to be... I think I have to be watching his torso for a glow, which is different from what I'm doing, because I'm really not watching much of anything for the Radagon fight anymore. I'm barely paying attention to Radagon. Ooh. I felt like spoiling myself a bit at the supermarket today, so I got some Orinoco coffee, which is a local blend that I like quite a bit. It's quite nice. I forgot to buff while I was in the sky, while he was in the sky, but that's okay. This will still stun him. And he'll die on the critical. Didn't get the timing right. That one's a bit easier to dodge if I'm at the mid-range, a little harder closer in. And I was thinking about that when I was avoiding Elden Rain, of do I want to go in closer or stay at the same distance? I haven't dodged the golden swipes in a while, so I'm not accustomed to it. I don't know why they decided to make the final boss an evasive caster type. It's very uncharacteristic of FromSoft. This is an obnoxious attack pattern. Too obnoxious to survive, it seems. I had stamina, right? Nope, I ran out. That's what got me. He was doing a very, he was doing really, really short punish windows, and I can't completely not do a punish. I have to punish him, or I'll run out. His stance meter will come back, and I won't be able to get through the fight. So this is just a bad behavior set, which unfortunately is kind of part of the routing for this fight. Some behavior sets are just a lot harder. Ugh. I hit dodge way too many times. He also hit me with darts. I don't want to see darts, and I actually don't want to see his, like, big spin around overhead. It ends his combos sooner. It has a big hitbox, and it has very short downtime. When he does that particular move, I'm supposed to hit him with a leaping attack. But if he goes straight from that into, like, 2 swiping sequences, I can wind up stamina bankrupt. And my alternative to winding up stamina bankrupt is I can miss a punish window, which might throw off my routing for the fight. That's what we want to see. Stun. He didn't stun. I had my count wrong. That's super weird. Because that was... Yeah, that was really weird. Because that was 2 leaps and a full charge. That is supposed to stun him. He decided not to be stunned. Okay. Yeah, because it's initial leap R1, then 2 other leaps and 1 full charge. Has been the stun every other time. That was my bad. He wasn't done. He did that thing again with the with like the second attack overhead slam. Yes. It's good I snuck in another attack because I'm going to be hard up for damage to finish this. And I missed a dodge. That's fine. Yeah, because whiffing the leaping attack earlier put me off schedule for the first stagger. It was good that I was able to jump out in time and get the stagger on his golden stomp. Doing that puts me on like a not completely failed pattern. Almost. It was very good that he chose that particular follow-up. Because it gave me the time to get my stamina back. We're a little off schedule. But I think this is workable. Never mind. Good work. Just gotta hit him. No good. No good. Look at that guy. Look at that cheater. Look at that flippin' cheater. What a troll. If I had chugged in his face on his earlier grab, I would have been okay, because I would have been able to punish that grab with a leap, and that would have put me on track to win that. Just get out of the way. Let me fight the real boss. I think we can all agree, Gehrman is a Chad, and Radagon is kind of annoying. Okay. I was kind of wondering, when do I get to move? That was not stream lag. Oh my god. This is the worst. Getting there, despite a weird amount of lag. Lag strike in the chat, where you at, man? Get out of my game. Coffee catching my throat a little bit. You do often get it a bit silty out of the French press. Can be a bummer. Oh, he's going for Elden Stars. Or, not Elden Stars, the, Elden Skyfall. Elden Rain. That whole thing. That's an easy dodge. Just run out of it. Want a drink. Come on, man. Just let me hit you. Okay, he's being moody about some of these attack follow-ups connecting, or even, like, being input. If I had read that earlier, it took me too long to recognize what that was. Oh, right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot that it's, I forgot the first two are quick. Well, we had him pretty close to Elden Star's range without triggering a stun, which means that my punishes were not ideal, probably. Because if my punishes are if my punishes are on my game, I can usually get a stun off. I'm more concerned about putting out a lot of damage than I am about actually triggering a stun. Because if I'm keeping pace and doing good damage, the stun will trigger, or I'll just get through the scripted parts of the fight and it'll work out. I think that in many ways, a lot of fights in Elden Ring are overly scripted. There's a focus on bosses using, like, big set-piece attacks at specific amounts of health. And while it looks kind of cool, it's actually pretty lame. Like, I don't think it's fun if the boss can just bail out in the middle of something you're doing to do this big old cutscene attack where you have no choice but to, like, watch it play out and try to survive. And it's just the number of bosses that have attacks like that. It's one thing when it's the boss's phase change, because it's kind of interactive. But Radagon does that stuff. Like, Radagon has 2 cutscene attacks, the first of which is interactive, the second is not. And then the Elden Beast has... the Elden Beast is like nothing but cutscene attacks, basically. Like, uninteractive is the default for that fight. Melania is very uninteractive. That's the wrong attack. But I think it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. The route actually has damage and stagger to spare, so I'm allowed to make some mistakes. I got the extra hit in. Yeah, it's way too far out. Do a slight reposition. I'm getting the extra hit on his dives, and that's really good. This is Elden Jump Rope with a heap and help and a lag. Okay, he's over there. I couldn't tell where he was going because I got close to him for it. Oh, whoops. Shallow. Ah, I dodged too late. was a bummer, because I knew what he was doing. You know, I suppose what's actually going on here that I don't like, Elden Stars is like a more aggressive version of the Fire Giant's, like, slow pursuing detonators ability. And that was kind of an annoying attack on the Fire Giant, but it's kind of like, that's kind of the thing he has to make his boss fight challenging, because most of the other stuff he's doing isn't really super aimed at you. He's in that category of, like, he's too tall to actually, like, hit you with most of what he does. Ah. Off on the dodging. So, being able to hit on the dive with a leaping attack is one thing, but I know it's actually possible to hit on his dive with a charged attack. If I can get that correct, I'll be in a better place, by far. I'm assuming that he can't be stance broken while he's doing that attack. While he's doing that movement, actually. It might be possible to stance break him. But I would assume that his animation's, like, not set up to deal with it. But he should still be subject to stance damage during that. Which could set him up in just the right way to get a stance break whenever he's in his next pattern. Right on track. He backs up. Sip of coffee. We'll enjoy a little bit of cutscene. All right. I think I have time for that. I don't, because my stamina wasn't back. So I have time for probably a leaping attack there, but not a fully charged attack. I was trying to hold run immediately afterwards, but since my stamina was not back, holding run prevented it from charging. Set me up pretty badly. So if he goes for that, I can get a leaping attack in, but probably not an extra full charge. That one bit earlier was interesting, because I could have dodged out, but I was confident he was going to whiff over my head. So we save ourselves on stamina by just allowing the attack dodge to do its work. And we'll actually kill him without the critical, as our damage was optimal. I keep forgetting to eat some pickled turtleneck. That's alright. quite. All right. He probably wants to do Elden Jump Rope. And I'm assuming he's going to do Elden Jump Rope to Elden Stars. But maybe not. We'll see. There it is. Come on, get up, get out of here. Ah! How long does it last? That's how long it lasts. It's just there forever. This freaking sucks. Okay, so... So, let me try instead the Red Mane Flame strat. So the thought here is, when we know he's going to go for Elden Stars, and I basically know at this point, we just spam Red Mane Flame. And we hope it's enough. Man, this guy is such a piece of shit. So, FP management is going to be tricky. No, didn't get the dodge. It's possible I might want to use a different hat too, because I'm actually reducing my FP a little bit using this hat. But I don't know if I'm reducing it to like a meaningful breakpoint. Yeah. If we get really stuck, I could try branch sword strats. Which is annoying, but it's an extra 10% damage. And that could be pretty useful against the beast. He stuns now. That was a late stun. I dodged way too early for that. It was a bummer, I could have recovered. Yeah, I got thrown off on my early stun by him picking some quicker patterns. I missed one punish window. Okay. That's a missed window. Yeah, okay. I felt like I had to make up for something by going for a an R2, but an R2's not technically like safe after that. And he didn't go for... I was hoping he would go for an attack that I would profile under. but he went for the slow vertical overhead, and we don't profile under that. I think it might be strafable. Not that I've tried. Not that I want to try. I'm not interested in experimenting further on Radagon right now. That's what we want to see. Oh, I didn't. I missed my follow-up dodge. I'm usually better at second dodge there if I have to dodge the first one, but when I profile the first one, the timing's a little trickier. I think it's really cool that you can low profile that attack, though, so I like doing it. It saves me stamina. Stamina is a precious commodity for this fight. And I actually think that's a cool factor in Elden Ring to be aware of. There's a few bosses where being able to low profile attacks is very important. The other one that really sticks out is Moog. Okay, thank goodness he didn't do a follow-up on there, because I was really worried that a jumping attack might not stagger him. And if he did a follow-up, I think I'd be limited to a jumping attack to punish him. Let's have faith and eat some turtleneck. Okay. I didn't start running fast enough. My character was really sluggish about that, actually. That was super weird. Like, my character actually never started running. I pressed the button. I was holding the button. Alright, I'm gonna stop trying for extra damage on Elden Ring. Seems like it's not panning out often enough. The stamina management is just not doing me favors. Very good first setup. Right, no FP. Yeah, I'll just have to take the stagger then. Then we drink. Red mains, I think. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and when he comes up on the other side, we're gonna red mains him twice, and then switch off to the other weapon again. My range is too far. Hold on a sec. So, I was, like, theoretically on the right route to just avoid Elden Stars normally. Because it took the long route and I got a drink off. I just had to dodge his other stuff. And I was too busy paying attention to Elden Stars. Okay. So, when he's going for Elden Ring around the Rosy, he is moving a set distance away from his initial cast location. And I need to figure out where he's going to show up. Because I need to be on top of him and hammering him immediately when he shows up. As I was roughly on pace for what I needed to do that fight, I just didn't have the right positioning. I'm glad he had a slow follow-up, because that was a bit of a slow jump attack for me. Yeah, that was a little messy in terms of the stamina management. One of those attacks I should have low-profiled instead of dodging. But we're okay. It's nice to have some error tolerance in the routing. And we're pretty good on that. Yeah, so it seems as though the Elden Beast, basically like 2 ins, I'm gonna get the knockdown. Yeah, didn't get the extra hit. That puts us a little behind pace for an optimal setup. All right, what's our next attack? Oh, slam. I never see him use slam from that distance. Okay, that's too late to do that. Noted. Okay, he's doing the thing. I think I need to start running earlier. Oh, I was too close to the explosion. Bummer. Oh, I figured I was well out of that. I think I must have just barely tagged it. So we should have spent that time waiting for the explosion to happen while replacing our RKR. Because otherwise that was very ideal. So looks like with that timing of running away from him, I can be exactly where he's going to show up. That actually means I can probably queue up a an RKR charge attack on his arrival. And that should be really big for getting this fight correct. But I have to get his position right. Please stun. Okay, good. If that didn't stun him, we were in trouble. Oh. I got a little distracted there. I was trying to pay more attention to the cues. I was thinking about like how I would write a guide for the segment of the fight. I'm like, okay, how would I describe the portion of this attack that you have to dodge? And I don't know how I would describe it. I'm not being super thoughtful on how I dodge most of these. I'm just going off of like a rote timing, so to speak. I was supposed to take an extra attack there. Ah, missed the follow-up again. Let me get some water. Okay. Here we go. When you get down to it, this is ideally a very short, very scripted fight. There's just not a lot of room for deviance, or deviation. Need stamina. Real danger of me zoning out here. If I had to describe it, I think I would say the proper dodges for Radagon's triple slam are earlier than you might think. Okay, so we're gonna run away. Pause for a moment. Jump it. That was pretty good. Okay. I thought he'd be stunned. So interesting that that didn't happen. 2, 3, 4. He still isn't stunned, and now we have Elden Stars out. Oh, into Fire Breath. Cool. Basically, whatever the Beast wants to do while Elden Stars is out is free for him, which is why the meta is stun him out of that friggin' move. So not getting the first stun put me in a bad way. I probably should have immediately switched when he started to do the move and just desperately threw out Red Mane Flames, and maybe I would have gotten it. I think I was maybe one Red Mane Flame away from a stun. So that's a feels bad. We've got the positioning correct for Elden Jump Rope. I need to have more faith that I have the positioning correct, because I really wasn't sure if I had it. Stamina, please. Bop. There we go. Okay, it's a good thing I took those extra bops. He was being a real piece of shit. I think you can tell I'm frustrated with this fight because my rate of cursing has increased from almost never to about once per half hour. I make a very slight effort to not swear very much while I'm streaming. Okay, we're gonna have to Red Mane Flame him like crazy to get through this. We survived it, sort of. How far does this Fire Breath actually go? Is this a straight shot? No? Okay. Elden Rain. So this is the first time we have survived Elden Stars. Dang it! It was just slower than I thought it was. Yeah, so we didn't quite interrupt Elden Stars, but we just stunned him long enough that we could focus on Elden Stars. If I don't get hit by the main piece, I can heal up twice to survive it. But I have to have the freedom to, like, play around with it without the boss harassing me. That's what makes it really different from, like, the Fire Giant's slow homing attack, is both the boss and Elden Stars are harassing you. Whereas the Fire Giant's attacks are pretty tame. You can mostly just run away from him if you don't want to deal with him. He's got one attack, but you can be on horseback for the whole fight, so whatever. I think that's a change they could make to the Elden Beast that would make me not mind the fight. Just let me mount up for Elden Beast. That's kind of how the fight plays, in my opinion. It really seems like it's built as a horseback fight. They were maybe thinking about letting you use Torrent on the final boss. I would approve a change like that. Because honestly, I would still probably be running the fight without Torrent, except for Elden Stars. Super secret Melina side quest lets her survive, and you can bring Torrent in the last fight. That was a bad move. So what I actually need to do in that case, if I make a mistake like that, if I do the jump without the attack, I can still dodge. So if I make that mistake, I just need to not hit the attack button, and then I can just dodge the follow-up. He does. And then I can jump hit him. So jumping is not a death sentence there, but committing to the attack is a death sentence. You have a lot of leeway on when you actually commit to the attack after inputting a jump. Jump attacking is very interesting in Elden Ring. It's kind of like just highlighting. Jump attacking has always been good in Dark Souls. It's just maybe a bit more obvious in Elden Ring. Because in other Dark Souls, you can be kind of forgiven for not realizing it's part of your repertoire. But it's a very important difference in the amount of damage you do. Elden Ring is nice enough to tutorialize this for you, letting you know that the difference in damage is also a difference in stagger, and a very real one. Oh no, come on. Oh, it didn't give me the critical. Trolled, man. Trolled out. Can I get Elden triple jump rope? Oh no, that was a different attack. Okay. So he's not dedicated to doing Elden Stars after the triple jump rope. Now I know. But it seems as though after the single jump rope, if I stun him, he might not do Elden Stars for the fight. which is the theory of how we win. So that is a monumental step closer. Now, he didn't try to do Elden Stars either when he got up from the first attack. I think his Q for triple jump rope is probably at under 25% or so. We can theoretically burst him past the 25% marker to dead if we can get like one good in. Oh, my jump didn't come out. Jump attack didn't happen for some reason. Whoops, wrong timing. Please stun? Nope. No stun on that either. We might be in trouble. We're in big trouble. I'm just gonna die. You know, and it all traces back to that jump attack not coming out. Sometimes the game is unkind to my inputs. Like that run before where it wouldn't start running away when he was doing Elden Rain. I have no idea what happened. And then there's the various times where the character just decides to crouch. As a note, what is the crouching attack for this? Oh, that's right. The crouching attack is always the same as the rolling attack. Which is apparently a pretty good option on certain weapons. Especially great swords and halberds. Stun. Yeah, if we can get 2 fully charged R2s, the stun on that is massive. Slurp. Okay, here we go. Little bit suboptimal. Okay, he's gonna do the Elven jump rope. He got it off. Time to die. Yeah, okay. What can we do better about that? If I was standing closer to him when I was doing the Flame of the Red Mains, maybe? No, I think the only thing we could do better about that is maybe Stone Barb. What else can we do? Because the damage doesn't change the stagger factor. So doing more damage with this doesn't help. The Hammer Talisman is against blockers specifically. Yeah, the damage from Shard of Alexander wouldn't help. There's only one effect that can actually increase the stagger ratio we're dealing here, and it drastically impacts our damage output. So I think we just have to hope that this turns out better. Whether I need to get, like, slightly more optimal on something, or we need a good behavior on something, I don't know. Maybe I need to get the parting shot when he's diving away after the stagger in order for the numbers to play out right. I need to not do that. Because it might be that I need to do the parting shot and then, like, 4 red main flames. Or it might be that I just need to suck up doing less damage with my charge attacks, even if it's going to mess up my Radagon routing. Not my favorite patterns, but we got you. So sit down. I could go back to casting a spell while Radagon's on the floor dead. But FP is pretty tight for the Elden Beast. Run, you... Run! Run! Christ alive, it hates to input run away from that attack. It, like, ate my input on that twice. The character just wasn't running. I think this is where he's going to show up. This is early for this attack. It's going to throw me off later. I was off. No, I don't like this. Hey, I dodged it for once. First time I've dodged that attack. Oh, right, the follow-up on that is really slow. Oops. That's right. The equipment I need to change to get an incantation off is really not great. You know what, though? I guess I could try a grease. What grease is actually effective against the Elden Beast? I mean, his vulnerability is actually, like... His vulnerability is actually physical damage, isn't it? He takes the most damage from physical. It's really funny. So, I mean, yeah, I guess we could throw on whatever grease we want. It's going to be equally weak. so might as well. Let me try Freezing Grease. See if I can get Frost procs on him or not, because that could be a nice damage boost, but I think he's actually immune to all statuses, like a giant chump, which would make this pretty ineffective. But hey, damage is damage, I guess, so why not? I have... I have a ton of banked retirement grease. It's fine. Like, I've got more grease than I've got patience. If, like, seriously, if I run through all my grease from this fight, I think I'm just gonna, like, get Cheat Engine set up and give myself a whole bunch of, Blood Boil aromatics. Because basically the amount of damage I've dealt to him, with a Blood Boil aromatic, he would just die. That's how strong that consumable is. If I took my best attempt on the Elden Beast, and I applied a Blood Boil aromatic to it, he'd be dead. So, you know. Ouch. Yeah, I guess that dodge was too early. What did I do? Yeah, way too early. There is a bit of a rhythm to the dodging. Half the time, there's several attacks and follow-ups that he does that he'll just whiff on anyway. So he doesn't always catch you on those bad dodges, but that one was pretty bad. Ah, hell, it's 8:30. I probably need to go offline soonish so that I can, like, cook and eat and be a human being for a while. Get out of here with that junk. All right. Let's try hitting this guy with some, Oh, wait, no, that's right. Weapon buffs don't stack with, Royal Knight's Resolve. So even the grease is useless. Not gonna change the fight one bit. Useless as it's ever been, honestly. Everybody knows that grease, is pretty worthless in Elden Ring. I'm kind of hoping they would, like, patch it and buff it. Yeah, I can't dodge that attack from that range. It's just a bad luck attack. I can only avoid that if I'm super close or super far. I have to either be closer than the floor effect or further than the projectiles, because both of them are, like, persistent and disjointed and super weird. Because he does the slash and then the projectiles come out, so if you dodge in time with the slash, you'd have to know where his sword is actually going to hit, which is ridiculous because it's a huge freaking sword. What are you going to do? Okay, so that's right. I can't use greases because they're not compatible with my other effect here. So that is a bummer. Yeah, it's a very cooperative pattern. Thank you. In before he kills me. Nah, he's good. He's a good boy. I expect you to die. I think there's a certain amount of overkill that disables the Limit 1 mechanic. I don't know how much it is. I'm sure there's an amount. Oh, he like pulled back a bit of a different way for that dive. Elden Rain. I'm gonna keep my distance on this one. I have had bad luck with closing the gap while running from that. Because he does this. And I have a hard time dodging that one point blank. Lag. I'm gonna top off just because. To do Elden Ring around the Rosy. That was a premature RKR. I'm gonna have to recast it. About here. Just barely. What is this? Ah! That's new. That's new. He free-willied me to death. How many times do you have to fight this boss to see that attack? Come on. I think, like, that's a bit of an expectation I have about boss fights. Is that after I've fought the boss a certain number of times, I expect to have seen everything the boss is able to do. I don't think a boss should have behaviors that are like Easter eggs. Oh, right. Okay. The grab does not have enough cooldown for me to do an R2. I have to... It's just a jumping attack. That's all I get. Okay. I'm getting pretty salty right now. So for the time that I put in, I have survived Elden Stars twice. I think I'm gonna have to switch to a stone, to using the stone bar mixed physic. Okay. Yeah, that was a really late jumping attack to commit to. I was very concerned about the stamina, and it did turn out to be a mistake. So I did not have stamina back in time to dodge that attack. And he didn't do an attack that would go over my head. So. I think that's actually the 1 out of 3. No, if he did a stomp, that would also kill me. So it's basically 2 out of 4 startups there kill me. It's like a 50-50. Because there's, or he could have gone for a golden attack, and I had plenty of time to dodge a golden attack. So I suppose 2 out of 6 options kill me there. Dang it. We're off script. I missed the dodge. That one's super slow. I haven't had to dodge it in a while because I've been fighting him correctly. But his first segment, he had just enough quick attacks that did not allow me to get full punishes off. Okay, buddy. Whatever you want to do, it's your fight. You gotta let me have stamina, though. It's part of the contract. Give them a chance to defend themselves. Okay. We got the normal rendition of the fight. With damage to spare. He didn't go for the third thing. Gotta run from this. That's gonna be nowhere near me. He just wants to splash around today. Oh, he does damage on that way up. This has not been optimal in the least. I am very concerned. Yeah, I'm nowhere near him on that. Ah, I missed the dodge. I was not getting optimal damage on him because he wasn't committing to the full like 3 swing, and my punish on the 2 swing is spotty. I'm not sure how to read the difference because I can't see all that much of his character model. I actually just haven't dedicated the time to like pick the attacks apart and understand both of those things. I really need to do better about hitting him when he dives away. I know there's a position to hit him with a standing R2 when he does that. And that's probably my optimal stagger. Standing R2 is usually more stagger than leaping R2. Ah, you troll! Darts to stab sequence and then not ending with a grab. right, I'm gonna make this my last one, and then I'm gonna get offline to make dinner. So I gotta eat. It's a shame that I can get the second phase of the boss down to 40% health, but the boss is only 50% solved because, like, so much of this flippin' fight is about surviving that one attack. Ah, I missed the timing. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take a break on this. This is frustrating the heck out of me, man. I'm tempted to start up like a save state manipulation so that I can farm the materials for Blood Boil Aromatic once and not have to do it again. So I'm gonna look into how to do that because I'm really not interested in getting walled here, given like the way the mechanics are shaken out. Like, I think if I was using a Rune Arc and a Blood Boil Aromatic, this fight would have been over hours ago. And that's an annoying thought to have. And it's not because of the baseline mechanics of the fight. It's because of the weird arbitrary challenge of like one singular attack, maybe two singular attacks the boss does that I think are very, very difficult to get away from. I'm really just pissed off about Elden Stars. I think everybody playing this kind of challenge has every right to be pissed off about Elden Stars. I don't know what an attack like that is doing in a game like Dark Souls. And it might feel like that's unfair, like that's an exaggeration, but over the course, this is like the 6th game, because Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro. This is the 7th like game in that family of games. The other games don't have an attack like this. All of them. You go 6 games without having an attack like Elden Stars, where the boss throws out this persistent chip shot, homing, hit you forever kind of move. It seriously sits out there for at least 10 seconds of just persistent doom. It's not responsive to being shielded. It's not really dodgeable. It moves faster than your character does because it accelerates towards you if it's going in a straight line. There's like a possibility of a weird run in circles behavior that works, and I might be open to learning how to do that if the boss wasn't hounding me. So I don't know. I'm gonna sleep on it maybe and try and figure it out and come back at this later and try and get a finish. This has been Jupiter Exxon. I hope we wander again soon. Good night.